Hey, what's up guys, this is Khataksiji and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you how I made this render in Blender 5.0. Making this scene was pretty easy for me. It's not very hard. I'll show you how I did that. Before starting to make any kind of environment, first you need a good reference. Without a good reference you won't be able to make a good render. So my reference was this image. I got this image from Pinterest. From this reference we can see we need a piano, a pianist, is that what you call him? A character who plays the piano, and a garden full of flowers, and in the background we see we need mountains, lots and lots of mountains. So I got this piano from Blender Kit. This character playing the piano, actually it's a whole animation, but I could not render it since my PC was not that fast in rendering and I needed to make this in 5 minutes, so I kept it at that. So he's sitting here. I placed him carefully so that it doesn't look bad, but you can see his foot is still high in the air, and I don't know if he's touching the piano, these buttons or not. I subdivided this plane many times, and then I made sure that this plane matches the reference. So I placed the camera here. I was playing around with the camera's position and placed it just where I thought that it looks matching to the reference. Gave it a focal length of 120 millimeter. Increased the end value since the mountains are very far away and I had to keep it close to the real world scale. I used the Blender's own scatter and surface modifier. All of these modifiers are for the same settings, except for the collections I used. I made different collections of the vegetations. You can see that we have red rose, dandelions, daisies, purple flowers, windflower, wildflowers, seedlings, small grass, wild grass. In the modifier setting I gave it a like high density. Let me remove all of these and we will only see the grass value. So in the density section I gave it like this value of 11. The collection for the mask I made a weight paint on it and basically just drag the mouse around this camera and then fill these spaces and left all of these places. The black ones won't have any grass in them, that's how it works, and the other colors will have grass. Red will have the highest, blue will have the lowest. For the rotation I gave this value in the Z direction so that they all look different, not the same, and gave it a 0.5 value of scale variation, so they all will have different scales, no one will be same. This mountain 1 preset from the add-on and mountain 2 preset from the add-on, basically scaled it down because I didn't want to have that big of mountains. And for the lighting I use the Blender's sky texture tool, and this is my setting. For the fog I added a cube and gave it just a density value for this one. I also added Gobo in it. This Gobo is just a noise texture with the color ramp plugged into the principal SDF's alpha. The rest of the setting is the same, and just like the black will be transparent, the white will be visible. Then I added a small size Gobo for the shadows around the piano, and I also added a spotlight to make a contrast, make it more brighter, to make this place stand out from the rest of the environment. For the ground texture I used a grass material from Blender Kit. I didn't like the first color since it was too much green, and that was very unrealistic. So I plugged in a mix color node and gave it a value of this one, and like this is the mix factor. And for the mountains I used the same grass material and a mountain texture in it. This was the mountain texture, and this is the grass material. I changed the scales of both of them just where I thought would look good. Then I used the mix shader, and this is the color line. The white will have the upper one, the bottom section will show the white, the upper section will show the black. And I did the same with the other mountain, this one, but for this value I removed the displacement since it was making too much torque and I didn't want that, so I kept this value. For the sky I added an image plane. It's not very good in quality because I turned on the simplify, so it won't look good right now, but it's good. I matched the horizon with it. Let me turn off the fog. Match the horizon just so that it looks very realistic and matches with the lighting of the scene. You can see the clouds have sunlight hitting from this side, and our scene has sunlight coming from this side, so it matches our scene. And I'll show you my render setting. I kept the noise threshold at 1, and the light path like the value 4, interact lighting 3. I should remove this one. I didn't need that, or did I? No, I did not need that. Anyway, I already rendered it, so it doesn't make much of a difference. For the compositor I should have used the denoise GPU at fast, at high, rather than I get fast. And assist data. For the color management I should have gone with the medium high contrast, but no, none looks much better. And in the color working space I used this new Asus CG since it gives more vibrant color. Let me show you. If I switched it to Rec 709, everything will change. It became dull right now, but if I go back to ACCG, it becomes more vibrant. So this is good. I recommend use Rec 2020 or ACCG working space. So for the compositing I used these 5 nodes. First, the glare. I kept its strength low since I was only getting glare from this point, so I got this very low value, kept it low fade, and then I added another glare node, but I applied bloom on it, kept the threshold to this value. When I increase, the bloom lessens, so I give this a value 0.01, kept it this smooth, give this strength since I didn't want too much of that, and then I gave it color balance node, and I don't think color balance node did much of a difference except it made it more green, so I like it. And then for the vignette I added vignette around here, darkening these edges. And then lens distortion really did a good job for me. I don't know how I can explain this any much further, but this is my final setting of lens distortion, so you can use that if you want. And yeah, this is my render. So yeah, this is pretty easy for me, and it can be for you if you keep on practicing the making environments in Blender. And you can do much better if you have a good reference, and my recommendation is go to Pinterest for much good reference for these concept art. Just search 3D environment concept arts and you'll get them. So yeah, thanks for watching, hope you like it. Give a like and subscribe if you could, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.